there's a lot of hype about McLaren this year. Do you anticipate them to start off fast compared to what happened last year?
Yeah, they better start out fast, because you look at where McLaren have ended their seasons the last couple of years. We talk all the time about the big three, right? Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari. It wasn't that long ago, really, that McLaren was a perennial championship contender in this sport. And then Mercedes came along with their own team, and McLaren had to, go over to the Honda engine, and that was obviously a disaster. We've still been trying to recover ever since. Now, ironically, they're back with Mercedes power and have, been slowly getting there. They even took a 1-2 at Monza a couple of years ago with Ricciardo and Norris. But they're still consistently, we kind of look at them as the best of the rest, right? We still have the consensus top three teams, and then, McLaren can, certainly flex their muscles here and there and pick up a lot of podiums. I mean, how many podiums is Lando Norris up to now, trying to break through for that win to be on the top step of the podium? If McLaren could just start the year, where they finished the year, then I think that, they could maybe end up breaking into that top three. And if you look at the season that they had last year, after Bahrain, after Saudi Arabia, we were asking, where are these guys? They're one of the worst cars on the grid. And then, as the season progressed, they got better and better. And by the end of it, Oscar Piastri was winning a sprint race, and they were on the podium seemingly every other week. So if McLaren can start the year with that potential, I think you're going to see big, beautiful things for that organization in 2024. But that's a big if. They have to start off on the right foot and set the tone for the season.
I think it is really important for us to realize how far this team has come in the past 5 years. We look at their 2018 car where it was almost just open papaya, no sponsors almost, right? And now I would make a strong argument that, and I don't have any concrete evidence behind this, right? But going off of my closet and going off of where I've been, it feels like more F1 merch has been sold by McLaren, or at least through partnerships with others, than any other team. Ferrari might be close just because there's always been that, obviously with that legacy, but I think genuinely McLaren has really, really become a fan favorite, and that's paid off for them in ways that can benefit them directly, right? So this is a fancy way of me saying I think that Abercrombie and Fitch money is going to help them a lot. And while I don't think they're going to be podium material necessarily, I think we're going to see a pattern, the same pattern we've seen the past 2 years, where maybe they're number 4 and number 5 team. But I'm genuinely convinced that this is the year that we watch McLaren swap with Mercedes for being that number 3 in the big three.
Ferrari might have sold more merch, period, as a company than McLaren, but I think strictly from the F1 department, I think McLaren may very well have them beat, at least here in the United States, because I'm with you, Jackson. I see, there's a kid on my college campus I still want to strike up a conversation with, because I see him in a Lando Norris shirt every week, it seems. So, the proof is in just walking around and seeing the merchandise out there. I'd imagine those numbers have to be very high.